So, in regards to progressive Christianity, it's very hard. Progressive Christianity, as I've said many times on this podcast, is hard to define because it's really just the view that Christianity is progressing. So all these doctrines that have been settled in the mind of the progressive Christian can be updated and we can tweak them and we can even look at the biblical writers and say, I disagree with what they said because the whole view of the Bible in progressive Christianity is different, as we'll see in a moment. So I want to sort of characterize this around certain doctrines. So, if you're trying to discern if the person you're following is progressive, the first thing you're going to do is look at what they're teaching about the atonement. So, if they're not talking about what Jesus accomplished on the cross at all, ever, or they're actually talking about the cross and particularly the view that Jesus uh, death on the cross was sacrificial and substitutionary, if they're talking about that in a negative way, if they're talking about God as a divine abuser, a cosmic child abuser, and they'll say we reject that view of the atonement in favor of another view, I think that is a red flag, right? That's something to pay attention to. I'm even seeing some authors that I wouldn't necessarily consider to be progressive Christians that might even just downplay that view. So, in the atonement conversation, there's this phrase atonement theories. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the phrase atonement theories because there's this implication that you need to pick one. Whereas I would say, and many others have said, that any way the Bible talks about what Jesus accomplished on the cross should be affirmed, celebrated, believed by Christians. But there's one view that is largely denied in progressive Christianity, and that's penal substitutionary atonement. And even I'll take it even more broadly, just substitutionary atonement. The idea that Jesus died in our place as our substitute. All right, we'll just leave penal substitution for even another conversation. Just substitution. This is really denied in progressive Christianity. So if the idea of Jesus as a sacrifice, as a blood sacrifice, if that's being downplayed, or even somebody might say, well, I mean, I believe that, but that shouldn't be the focus, or that, I'm not saying they're a heretic if they say that. It's a little bit of a red flag. Like, why are you downplaying the only mechanism by which we can, as sinners, be saved? That's just a question to ask. So think about how they're talking about the atonement and what Jesus accomplished on the cross.